Hey, what's up, guys? It's Shawn Realty here. Thanks for joining me on the Wednesday Coffee and Real Estate with Shawn Realty. That will be me, and I'll be sharing with you current market, the interest rate, and what's going on overall. And I'll give you my prediction potentially based on what's going on with the economy, interest rate, Fed funds rate, inventory, buyer sentiment, what I see on the market in the Portland Metro, and give you more of a like broader, overview of what's going on, so you can be more informed to make the better decision for yourself for your real estate goals. By the way, my name is Sean Yu. I'm in Portland, Oregon. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment so I can cover that in the next week's video. And I'll try to cut this in like 10-minute video so you can get the most information within the shortest amount of time. I believe I'm live. It's been 1 minute, so I am live. And then let me show you my screen and let's dive into it. So median sales price in the United States about $420,000. It went up about 3%. The numbers that are down is the number of homes sold, about 14% lower number of homes sold, and about 13.3% year over year less homes to sell. They're basically listed. And the one that caught my eyes today was this one: real estate agent saved the day when the tenant rights violated. So the TLDR of this one is that basically they decided to sell a house with a tenant who's been living in there, and tenant expressed that they don't want to show their family pictures on the wall, but the photographers and realtors forget to blur that out, and then it got published. Tenant got upset. They contacted them and they fixed the issue, so it didn't become an issue. But yeah, we have this sort of like similar situation with the current listing that we have listed right now in the Portland Heights. That one, the tenant wished to not show any of his personal belongings inside, so we didn't even take the photos inside. It makes it tougher to market, but we can still sell with this. We can just set up a schedule of showing so that the buyers can see, and we're try to work with the tenant, and we respect his wishes, tenant's wish of not showing anything. It's currently listed for $720,000 in Portland Heights, which is a really nice neighborhood. Anyhow, this is not me selling here, just to show you that having a tenant, selling a property with a tenant in is possible. In Oregon specifically, once the if investors buying and they agree to keep the tenant, then that's a sale. That can happen. If the buyer is a primary resident who wants to occupy as a main primary residence, then we need to give 90-day notice to the tenant. And so it can be still sold, but it's not as easy as the vacant homes or owner-occupied homes, that's for sure. The current Fed funds rate is 5.33%. And I saw this CNN article about the JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon thinks that the worst case could be 7% Fed funds rate. In my opinion, if it goes to 7%, the mortgage rate will jump kind of like, relatively. It's not an exact science, and I don't know exactly what will happen, but it could go to 9%, 9.5% potentially if Fed funds rate goes to 7%. So inflation control is Fed funds rate's goal, and we'll see what happens. But today's rate, where I go, is the On Point Credit Union 7.25% for 30-year fixed, which I think is pretty competitive rate in the current market. If this goes to 9.5%, in my opinion, this is what's going to happen. The home price will come down to adjust for that buyer's buying power. However, buyer's payment, I don't think will go down, because the price isn't going to go down significantly enough to have a lower monthly payment. So the buyer's monthly payment is going to stay the same or even get worse, even get higher if the rate goes that high. We'll see how much it will come down, but right now in the Portland metro market, it's about 1% negative year over year compared to last year, even at 7%. You know what I'm saying? So 9%, we'll see. Maybe it will be like negative 5%, negative 7% next year. But that doesn't really help the buyers because of the high interest rate. So when it comes to high interest rate, right now some good opportunities are in brand new homes, because what they do is they buy the lower rate on a lot that they're building a home, and they can sell that. So the buyers can get a lower, hopefully fixed rate, not the variable. If it's variable, that changes. So be really careful. Go with the fix as much as you can. That's my advice. It's not financial advice, but it's a realtor's advice. Because they lock the lower rate on a lot, it's a good opportunity for the buyers to get the lower rate on a brand new home. You may have to pay a little bit more because they're brand new, but that's how it goes. Let's see. One bad news for Portland, Oregon is that they're closing down these 3 locations of the Target stores in Southwest, Southeast, and Northeast Portland. Kind of sad news because of the theft issue. Another thing that caught my eyes is that sale fail is happening at a higher rate, 15.7%. So what it means is that when the buyers make an offer, buyers get cold feet. They cancel the transaction. That happened to one of our listings that David listed in Beaverton. Oops, I just closed that. Why did I do that? Shawn Realty. If you go to shawn-realty.com, you can see what we list and everything. Oops. This is live video, guys. Sorry. So here's the Beaverton property that David listed, and it's about high $600,000 home, about 3,500 square foot. That's what you can get in the Beaverton, Portland metro market. It needs some new carpet, whatnot, but it's a really nice house in great location. We got 3 offers. First buyer backed out of the deal. We don't know why. But there are 4 reasons, I think, why buyers are backing out. The first one is the sellers and buyers' expectations. The sellers' expectation coming from 2020, 21, 22 is up here, because they've seen like multiple offers all the time. And now buyers' expectation is here. Buyers think that the home price will go even lower. They need to wait around. Or the other reason why the sell fail rate is high is because when they realize that the budget is so tough for the buyers because of the high interest rate, once they maybe add the property tax, HOA, the homeowner's insurance, it just jumps significantly. So the buyer's confidence, the gap between the seller and the buyer's expectation, that gap is basically creating that issue of sell fail. And especially if there's like big ticket items that needs to be fixed in the house, let's say $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 repairs needed in a home, buyers can't afford that. Seller can't afford that either right now. So that's where the sell fails are happening, in my opinion. And I'll just wrap up with a few more thoughts here. Here are the 4 things that you can do to prepare your home for sale. If you're thinking about selling your property, doing the paint, decluttering, deep cleaning, and rearranging. So the paint, so if you do these 4 things, you're going to be ready to list your home, with me at least. Paint, if your house hasn't been painted in the last about 10 years or more, this will be the most bang for the buck. Because let's say you spend like $5,000 to repaint the interior, that's going to get you 2x, maybe 3x back or more. Declutter is to cleaning out the things that you don't use. Kind of like think of the homes with the pictures on a magazine. Buyers can see more space for their stuff. So like my rule of thumbs is that rule of thumb is to empty out the closets like 50%. So there's like space for the buyers to see subconsciously, hey, there's room for my clothes. That's important. cleaning part is like I'm talking about the deep cleaning. Deep cleaning, like the switch plate, the baseboard, the light fixtures, like dirty walls, windowsill, where it collects a lot of dust. When the buyers walk in, they want to see like, hey, this is very clean house. I can move in. That's the feeling that you want to give and look that you want to give. And what I like to do with sellers already existing decor and furniture, I like to rearrange some of those things, because I find that the buyers tend to have a different eyes than the people who live in a house. So I have some ideas that I like to implement on a listing. By rearranging a few things can make a huge difference when it comes to the marketability, the showability, if that's a word. That's that. So when it comes to property preparation, what we do is professional photos and videos. This is probably one of our best strengths that we have, with featuring the positive aspects of any property. These two are going to attract the most buyers, which we are really focusing in on so more buyers can see, and we do that well. And it takes about 60 to 90 days from the list to sell and get paid. If you want to test the market and put the price a little bit slightly higher to attract some high paying buyers, it could take about 120 days. That's 4 months. So that's the time frame to list, to sell, and get paid. So the shortest one, probably month and a half, but it has to be competitively priced in order to get a offer on the first week. If it's like a medium price home in our market, that can happen pretty easily. If it's a move up home in our market, somewhere between like $600,000 to about $800,000 home, it may take about a month to find the right buyer who's gonna really love your home and pay the fair market price or slightly higher. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you. I am happy that this video is about 12 minutes now, not like 35 minutes. So nobody's here, which I expected. But if you ended up seeing this video at a later time, feel free to leave a comment below so I can ask those questions at the next week video, the episode 3. I intend to do this weekly, so hope to see you sometime in live, and it'll be kind of cool to see some of you asking your questions about the real estate and kind of answering live. That'd be kind of fun. So thanks for watching again, and have a great week and weekend, and I'll see you next time. Take care.